everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. If you guys enjoy this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon if you guys enjoy this video. So,
if you enjoyed this video, remember that we love you.
So, we're gonna talk about something that was in the intro, which is out for everyone, and that is that there's a scene where we see Cinder fighting someone, right? It's Cinder because her bony grim hand is out.
Well, let's just go through
let's go back. So, there's a hooded figure,
yes,
and this is the same hooded figure that was talking to those random people, right? And we said it's either Cinder, or Cinder,
hey, it's the homie Cinder,
or it's Neo, or, you know, whatever. We did another video about
character.
that.
They mentioned there was going to be a new villain.
So, it looks like it's Cinder, and she has her bony grim arm, right? And she's just walking down the street, and you see Roman's hat. So that was our first indication.
But you see Roman's hat. So my first instinct was like, that could be Neo.
Yeah, and Hunter sort of talked about that. But then, in a different scene,
I didn't talk about anything. I squealed.
In a different scene, you see Cinder is fighting someone, and then there's a brief moment where the parasol is in the vision. So obviously, it seems like Cinder and Neo have a fight scene.
Yes,
which
because
is really
it looks
cool.
like the parasol swipes under the screen, so it's like,
and I was like, oh, is that a parasol? No, that's Cinder's sword, right? But then you see the parasol on the other side, so you see it's kind of like this,
almost the POV.
You guys will see it in the thumbnail. I don't know why we're trying to explain.
Like the POV of the person fighting.
Yeah,
that's what we're seeing.
Exactly, and the POV is Neo. From her perspective, we're assuming. So the question is then, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
Here's what I think.
Okay.
I think because Roman died, Neo is probably mad with Cinder because, like, you know, you were supposed to protect us. You were supposed to do this. It's sort of like Emerald's attitude towards Salem about how Emerald died, or how Cinder died. Yes. I'm pretty sure that Emerald and Salem are going to have some conflict. I'm assuming that the same thing is going to happen with Neo, right? That, okay, so, for example, Emerald is going to be like, you were supposed to give her power, you were supposed to make sure nothing happened to her.
I forgot I had to mention Neo Watch 2018.
And so, like, Emerald has that beef with Salem, right?
Yes.
Whereas Neo, because she sees Cinder as sort of
they have a little more than beef. I'd say mortal rivalry.
Wait, Emerald and Salem?
Yes.
Okay. So then, right, I think Neo was like, oh, like, Roman was part of your team and look what happened. Like, she's gonna be pretty cheese. And she's gonna blame it on Cinder, because Cinder was the head of that sort of group, just like Salem is the head of the higher villains group. Right? So I feel like Neo is gonna be pretty pissed, and she's probably hunting down people, right? Various people. And so, you know, she's probably been hunting down Cinder, because Cinder first, and then RWBY, like, she probably has a vendetta, and I think that's what people have wanted for a really long time, and that's very interesting characterization for her, and I'm really excited. But it's also
interesting that she probably doesn't have the maiden powers anymore. Does she have a... Because
Cinder? We don't know.
Cinder, because before she was fucking making fire swords and jumping around the place. Now she
maybe
looks
she's
like
just tired.
A lot more grounded.
You know what I mean?
Maybe she lost significant amounts of the power. Maybe she's weak. Maybe she died but come back. How did she get there? Where is she? There's a lot of questions we frankly just do not
somebody figured out the lyrics for the song. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, that seems like more of a you video.
Yeah, that's more of a me instead of, you know, whatever. But yeah, so sorry, I have some notes. So I think Neo is stalking Cinder, basically. Like, she's hunting Cinder down. And then they have this fight, right? So, yeah.
Which it almost looked like, because the fight was in a very dark room. And so I feel like it's dark so as to not give away important details.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, it
almost looked like it was in some kind of restaurant. Like, it looked like there was tables everywhere.
Yeah, so that may be some dilapidated
Yeah,
dilapidated sort of area. You know what I mean? I think that's pretty fascinating.
I just imagine they're, like, kicking each other's ass in an Applebee's.
Oh, God.
That sounds horrific.
But yeah, I don't know, I'm just really excited for this. Like, I feel like it's gonna be such a good fight, and I feel like that, I don't know, everyone's wanted Neo back for such a long time, and this is the perfect way to do it, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, Neo has no character, she has no this, right? People, like, are like, Neo's so overrated, but this is a very interesting way to make her sort of a third party, almost like how Raven was supposed to be, where she's just like, I'm gonna fuck up everyone, shit, like, I'm going after Cinder, I'm going after RWBY, if that's the case, right? So I feel like that's sort of a very interesting turn of events, and I feel like that it sort of makes things more dynamic, like more interesting, because it's not just the good guys and the bad guys, it's some of the bad guys were kind of hurt by other bad guys, and so now the bad guys are killing, like, infighting, almost, right? Like, all of that stuff. Like, maybe how we kind of discussed, like, maybe Adam will go after Hazel, because Hazel sort of fucked up all his shit, right? So it's sort of like that, where you still have the villains and the heroes, but at the same time, the villains also sort of have their own different moral standing and their own different sort of beliefs where they then go after each other. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So are you excited? Like, this is like the best news for like everyone that's ever wanted this, and I know that we've talked about this before so many times.
I've talked about the appeal of
I cannot wait
Neo
to see her redesigned too.
Yes!
Like, she's gonna get one, right? Like, they're not gonna keep her in her old outfit.
What I'm curious of is that it looks like, so maybe if you go back to the image of the girl walking through the street, maybe if you look at the corners and the side, you could see, like, if we like did a really like maybe you could see like her her silhouette, like silhouette somewhere in the background. I wouldn't know. You'd have to check. But
we did find this image in the intro.
My God, I'm just really, I love Neo. I understand people think Neo is underrated, and I do think a lot of, or overrated.
There's a lot of subtle hints, I think.
I think there's a lot of, part of what made her great was that she was so enigmatic, and I think I'm really excited to see.
What a lot of people like too is RWBY has like a show don't tell problem, people say. Yeah. And Neo is the epitome of showing because she can't talk, right? And so that's very interesting to be able to use body language and be able to use facial expression to kind of convey a character, right? Like, I think that that's such an interesting sort of choice, and I'm not saying all characters should be like that, because, you know, this isn't a silent movie, right? You know what I mean? But
that would be really fucked up if RWBY was just like, and then it cuts to black, crow! Exclamation mark.
Like,
in
on a different title
and a title page, like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I would love, I want someone to edit RWBY, but with silent. It would be terrible. Oh my God, it would suck, but I would love it.
I really like this. I think this is gonna be really good. Like, I just have a good feeling about this, and I feel like... What am I gonna say? I feel like that's so...
You feel so full of hope and joy.
I know, I do! Because I feel like this is...
What do you think the outcome of that fight's gonna be? Because, like, do you think it's just gonna be like, well, I guess we're BFFs now?
Like, I feel like she's not feeling well. Like, Cinder's probably not, like, full power right now, or even half power. Like, Neo may very well best her.
You know what I'm
And
really
remember,
looking
Neo
forward
beat
to?
Yang, right? So it's sort of like, there's a power scale here. So we don't really know. Neo may be stronger than Yang, maybe the same strength as Cinder without maiden powers, but not as strong as, say, like, Raven, right? Like, that's where I kind of peg Neo to sort of be as a character, but we don't really know. Like, what if she spent, like, time, like, grinding or something? Like, well, you all were, like, dicking around. Like, I took up the blade.
Being heterosexual, I studied the umbrella.
Yeah, basically. And I want, you know what I really just want to see? Like, remember she has that sort of knife in her umbrella? Yeah. Like, what if she just, like, stabs, like, Cinder through, but she's so half grim that, like, it's not even that she has, like, flesh there, it's just, like, bones in her neck, like, it just goes right through her,
she gets up and she pulls it out.
Yeah.
That would be even
something
more
like that.
up.
Or, okay, so, you know how her arm has that slit in the middle? Like, what if Neo puts her sword through that? Like, oh my God, that would be fucking crazy.
These are the two things that I think might happen that I'm looking terribly forward to. I'm looking forward to the scene where, like, Neo's about to, like, fuck up Cinder, and she goes down and she says literally anything. Like,
that's her first line.
Just whatever her first line is.
I would love her just to say Roman. Like, that's it. Like, that's such a perfect idea. Something like that. I would
bust a nut.
Me too. I can't wait.
Bust nuts.
I feel like that's a really good guess on what's gonna happen. I'm ready.
And not only that, but then maybe if they, like, join, like, they start a reluctant, like, team, and they're like, gal pals going to kill Cinder. Like,
wait, who?
Cinder and Neo.
But why would they be gal pals going to kill Cinder?
Salem is what I meant. Gal pals going to kill, or RWBY.
They could be like, Cinder could be like, listen, okay, we have the same enemy. It wasn't my fault. It was really RWBY.
What
if they put the blame on her?
Because last Neo ever saw, Roman was in RWBY, so you think Neo would be going after RWBY. So
well,
then
I think
why?
Cinder, because she's a team leader, there's some sort of responsibility, or maybe Neo doesn't actually know that Roman's dead. She didn't see him die,
or
right?
maybe,
Did she?
Well, no, she got kicked off.
So
the
what
blimp.
if what's happening is
What if-
that
what
she
if
got
there
kicked
was-
off the blimp and she's looking for Cinder because she wants to know what happened to Roman, and then Cinder says that Roman never reported back, like, oh, like, I think that the RWBY girl got him, right? And so then they both blame RWBY, and then they both come together, and that's how the fight happens.
Maybe Cinder's like, and if I kill RWBY, I will get Mother's love again.
Yeah, exactly. Or something like that. Like, you want to avenge Roman in, like, the Jessica Negri sexy voice, like, you know where to go. You know what I mean? Like, all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope. That's it. I hope. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure that you guys become patrons over on Patreon, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, I encourage you guys to become patrons over on Patreon. Patrons get a lot of different rewards, ranging from early access to all of our videos up to a week in advance. $10 patrons actually get them sometimes weeks in advance, or even like a month in advance. It depends on how much we record for. But also, all of our patrons get access to our Discord server, which is really cool if you guys want to talk to us in a more direct way. I obviously hang out a lot there. And there are just a bunch of other rewards that you guys can check out on Patreon. You guys can sort of see for yourself, and if you want to support us, you want to help us out, you want to see more videos like this and want to help keep us going, you guys would really help us out. So yeah, I hope that you guys will consider becoming patrons, and I hope that all of our patrons enjoy seeing their lovely names at the end of the screen, because we couldn't do this without them. So I will see you guys later. Bye.